Welcome to the Fallible Man Podcast, your home for all things man, husband, father. We make content to help men become the men they want to be. My name is Brant and I am the Fallible Man. I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers and I don't pretend to, guys, but I'm on a journey just like you. Maybe we can help each other. Maybe you can join me in my journey and we can go together. Guys, on today's show, we're going to tackle a hard subject. This is our 20th episode, and I want to tackle a really tender subject, so check your ego at the door, guys. We're going to discuss getting off your butt and getting in shape, eating healthy, and why you should do it. We're going to talk about all the excuses and how to get around them, and we're going to talk about how to get in exercise no matter what you do for a living, because that's the biggest excuse is I just don't have time. I'm going to share a few free or cheap workout options that you can do at home as well, because I know, guys, it's the time of COVID, and so things are crazy right now. Gyms are shut down. My friends are going insane. So stick around for the show, guys, and you're going to like the end with some great home workout options, even if you don't have a lot of money to work out at home. We're going to roll the opening, and I'll see you in just a minute.
This is the Fallible Man Podcast, your home for everything man, husband, and father. Here is your host, the Fallible Man, Brent Dowling.
Welcome back, guys. Like I said, my name is Brent, and I am the Fallible Man. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the show. Welcome to the lifestyle. The Fallible Man is a lifestyle. It is about men who are just trying to be better a little bit every day to improve themselves. No one's perfect and no one's pretending to be perfect, guys, and we want to support you in that journey as you try and be the best man you can be. If you're not familiar with us, hey, we have merchandise and swag. Check out the sweatshirts available on Amazon as well as our website. But guys, grab your cup of coffee. I'm proud of this one. This is my new swag. I'll get this closer to the camera. Yeah. I now have my own coffee cup with my company logo on it. I'm really psyched about that. But grab a cup of coffee and hang out for a while and see what we got to say, okay? I love my coffee. Sound off in the comments below if you're a coffee nerd like I am. I just can't get enough. But guys, hey, I wanted to cut through all the nonsense. We're a little too fragile with our egos sometimes when it comes to our own health, right? Some guys are really driven in their careers, and that's a great thing. Some guys are just really driven to be great fathers, are great husbands. Maybe you help in your community. There's probably a lot of great things about you. I have no doubt. I know that there are some exceptional men out there every day that just go unnoticed and underappreciated by the world at large. But one of the things we all tend to struggle with is staying healthy personally. See, as men, we tend to focus outward. We are not as concerned, especially as we get a little bit older. In our teens and 20s, we're pretty self-absorbed like everybody else. But as we get older, we tend to focus more outward, right? We focus on our careers. We focus on our relationships. We focus on our jobs. No, it's not the same thing as a career. We focus on making money. We focus on helping other people. We focus on taking care of the people around us. Those are all amazing things that you should do. I think that is, to be just applauded that you do that. And men, I appreciate all that you do every single day in the world around you. But one of the things we're all usually pretty guilty of is letting ourselves go a little bit. And I'm not talking like an extreme. That happens to a lot of people. But guys, being out of shape and unhealthy is not good. It's bad. We tend to let it happen to us really quickly because we're so focused outward. But the problem is we live in our memories a lot as men. We think about the good old days, the glory days, right? Back when we played football and ran that touchdown or were critical in the state game. Back when we could bench press 225 30 years ago, man. I'm a workout junkie. I love, in fact, I just put my sweatshirt on because I couldn't find a clean shirt to cover my tank top because I just got back from the gym maybe an hour and a half ago. I love to lift weights, but we all have a habit of putting on a little too much weight and eating like we're still 17, even into our 40s and 50s and 60s, guys. And that's not healthy for you. Before I started The Fallible Man, I actually had some mild aspirations of being a fitness YouTuber. Talk about a saturated, ridiculous market. But I thought really hard about this. I actually have a social media. You can find me on Twitter besides the Fallible Man, where you can find us on all of our social media, The Fallible Man, at The Fallible Man. That's everywhere, guys. We're like everywhere. I even have a TikTok account. I don't even understand that for the most part. But I actually have a Twitter account called Excuses No More, just spelled with an X. I dropped the E. Because, well, Excuses No More with an E, properly spelled, is already taken. So I actually have an account. My main Twitter account, personal Twitter account, is Excuses No More. You're welcome to follow me there. I basically just parrot everything I say on the Fallible Man Twitter account, so you're not going to find anything really original there. Every now and then I share some of the other projects I'm involved with. I have other side hustles that I do. I make coloring and activity books for kids and sell them on Amazon, as well as some t-shirt businesses besides my own personal merchandise for the Fallible Man. I do stuff like that as well. So that's all you're going to find on that channel. But originally, the concept was I wanted to inspire people, much like my friend at Man OCR. If you guys caught episode 17 and 18, you got to sit in on that interview where we talked about technology and children and raising children as dads in a world full of technology with my good friend Dave from at Man OCR. And Dave has a channel that is just about trying to inspire people, everyday people like you and me, guys with desk jobs, guys with long hours, guys who have been sitting behind a computer for too many years, to just get up and take their fitness in hand. Well, that was my original aspirations, but like I said, I don't think I should be a fitness YouTuber until I can lose some of the excess weight I need to lose, because I'm overweight too, guys. I have some weight I need to lose. That's a real life issue for me as well, like a lot of you guys. So when I talk about things on this podcast, I'm not just talking to you. This is not me pointing fingers. I don't think I'm better than anybody. I don't think I have all the answers. Like I said, I'm talking to me as well as you guys, and I don't think I'm alone. And that's why I do this. Is I think there are a lot of you just like me who are looking to improve yourself, and it's a little rough, guys. It's not easy because life happens, right? Gotta have my coffee. It's only like my fourth cup today. I'm behind. But today we're going to try and address all this stuff. And the first thing we're going to talk about is I wrote a blog. I don't know if you guys know, on our website, thefallibleman.com, we have a blog as well if you just like to read. We put articles up one or two times a week. I try for two, but sometimes it's just once. That I have written blogs twice a week there that you guys, I'd love for you guys to check them out. It's another way you can interact and be encouraged throughout the week. One of the blogs I wrote a long time ago was probably a little harsh titled, and it was simply titled, "Stop Being So Fat." And guys, like I said, it was addressed to me just as much as anybody else. And it's about this very thing. I waited a while to do a podcast on it because I know I don't have all the answers. I know I'm not perfect. And like I said, the fitness world is saturated hard on social media. Like, it's insane. In fact, if you go through my YouTube channel, my personal YouTube channel, and just things I bookmark, I have tons of fitness channels that I love to follow. And as part of this podcast, I will list some of them in the video version of this podcast. I'll just have them scroll through the screen. Some of the fitness channels that I have used and follow and trust. That's the really important part, is sorting out the good ones from the bad ones, right? That will give you free, wonderful information. I'm also an avid reader of the website called t-nation.com. It's much better than Muscle and Fitness or any of the crappy, flashy title ones. It's just about people exercising and working out, and they give away great free information. It's a wonderful place to start. I highly suggest going there. That's tnation.com. Check them out, guys. They have some of the world's best fitness writers and workout experts in there, and they give away so much information. But guys, the first thing we need to address is we just got to stop being so lazy. And I know that sounds harsh. Now, before you flame me hard in the comments, understand, lazy is a mindset. Okay, I know a lot of you guys get up and are going from sun up to sundown. Okay, my first job was on a ranch years ago. I know exactly what that life looks like. I also spent over a decade working construction. I know exactly what that life is. Sun up to sundown, go, go, go. Especially during the winter, it's horrible. Because you never see the daylight unless you're working outside. But in the summer, it's even more so because you're working really long days, especially if you work outside construction. And I get that. Farmers, ranchers, anybody who works outside, during the warm part of the year, they're going nonstop. My father-in-law worked road construction, has worked road construction for years, man. And they are going from before the sun comes up till long after it's dark in the middle of the summer. And you know how late that gets. So I'm not saying you're lazy as in you don't do things. I'm saying we tend to get lazy when we get home. We tend to get lazy with our non-work time. Men value their jobs. Men tend to be very focused on our work and on our jobs. And that's a good thing. Okay, that's a great way to be. The problem is we put all our focus and energy on that job, and then when we come home, we just go, and kind of drop out of it. Stop worrying about it and let everything else go. Right? We come home and we're tired and we're worn out. We just kind of crash and we're done for the day. You can't do that, guys. Unfortunately, the one thing we all can't get more of is time. And so you have to stop being lazy with your time. I told you I make t-shirts. We have a Fallible Man t-shirt, and the back says, if you, get my own quote right? If you want it, you will find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. And this is really true. Guys, I used to train people on the side some, mainly just people I'm close to, friends with, but as a personal trainer, and I'll use the term loosely, like I said, I didn't get paid other than they paid my fees for going to their gyms and taking care of them. It's something I used to tell my people all the time, and it drove them nuts. They hated hearing it. But it is so true. If you want it, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse why you can't do it. And that's everything in your life. We all do that all the time. It's amazing how we can manage to squeeze in that television show that we love to watch. But we don't have time to go to the gym. We don't have time to knock out some push-ups at home. Right? It's about not being lazy with your own time. You know what? There's nothing wrong. I stopped watching television for the most part. I found I was losing too much time, and there were too many other things I wanted to accomplish to lose a lot of time watching the screen. And I'm a computer worker, so I stare at screens all day long anyway, so just coming home and staring at a TV screen was just wearing me out. I only usually watch a short show with my kids right before bed, like a little comedy or something, but otherwise I'd pretty much stop watching television. But even if you like to watch television, great, don't sit on the couch. Knock out calisthenics, guys. We all did them in like elementary school, but knock out the calisthenics. Do push-ups and sit-ups. Do flutter kicks. Those horrible, man, if anybody in the military sound off, we hate flutter kicks. They suck. Do man makers. Do burpees. Guys, there's a extensive list of bodyweight exercises you can do. And if you're into bodyweight exercise, sweet. Hit the calisthenics, man, because you can make a great fitness out of that. But find the time to get it in. Stop being lazy with your time. You have X amount of time in the world, in the time, I'm saying it wrong. You have X amount of time in the day. Make time. You'll find it if you want it. And that's the problem. It's just like quitting smoking. I smoked for years. Quitting smoking sucks. It's horrible. But you have to find the reason that you want to quit. You can't quit for other people. It doesn't work. It's the same thing. You have to decide you want to take better care of yourself. If you don't decide that, you're never going to do it. You're going to make excuses all along. You have to decide being healthy is what you want for yourself. Give yourself that gift. I'm asking you, I'm begging you, give yourself that gift. Hey guys, if you're getting something out of this, be sure to leave a like or a review on Apple Podcasts. That would be awesome. Share us with your friends. If you're on YouTube, hit that little bell notification so you'll get notified every time that I produce new content. We do other things besides the podcast. I have short videos on workouts and stuff like that on YouTube if you want to check us out there. But guys, share us with your friends. If half the people who listen to my stuff actually subscribed, it would triple my subscribers, because like 70% of the people who listen to the shows I do don't actually subscribe. So help me out. Hit that like. It helps with the algorithm. It helps get it up where other people can see it. And if you think I've got something to offer, help us out that way. Now on to point number 2. Find a workout you'll do. I had this conversation with a friend of mine named Toby. And Toby and I used to work together. He's a buddy. He's moved away, but I really enjoyed Toby's company because we had a lot of great conversations. Well, one of the conversations we had, because he knew I was a workout guy, he knew I'm a gym rat. One of the conversations we had was about the hang up, because he's like, well, I don't really like going to the gym. I don't like lifting weights. And, for me, it was like, oh, sacrilege. No, it wasn't. In fact, that is the reaction he was expecting from me, was I was going to think that he was like talking blasphemy or something. But guys, there are lots of ways to work out. Maybe you're not a weight person. That's okay. I know all my gym brothers out there are just, cringing right now. But that's one of the things, is we have all these camps when it comes to fitness, right? If you like strong exercise stuff, oh my goodness, the between CrossFit and just weightlifters is kind of hilarious and ridiculous all at the same time. There are a lot of camps on this, but guys, whatever workout you do is fine if it actually helps you, if it affects you, if it pushes your body to adapt and change. Not everybody wants to lift weights. I respect that. I understand that. Maybe you're a CrossFit person. Maybe you're a weightlifting person. Maybe you're a runner. I don't understand it. I've never understood it, but you know what? Good for you. If you're a runner, more power to you. Maybe you like to ride your bicycle. Great, ride your bicycle. Maybe you live in a place where you can do like rowing. Hey, rowing is a great activity. It's super healthy for you. There is no one right answer for everybody. So find the fitness that you'll do. Find that workout. Because the one you'll do every day, the one you'll do 5 days a week, that's the one that will change your life. And if you aren't enjoying it, you're not going to do it. So find one you enjoy doing, guys. Whatever that is the first step, is find something that you enjoy doing in fitness and start with it. Maybe that's not all you'll ever do, but it's a great place to start, because you have to enjoy the journey. If you don't enjoy the journey, you'll never stick with it. Now, here is a secret for point number 3 that I want to talk about, is pick a diet that you can live with. I don't like the term diet. I think it's a horrible word. Diet in its own definition actually infers an end, like it's a time period. Eating healthy is a lifestyle. It has nothing to do with a specific diet or a certain amount of time. But all the diets work. I honestly could feed you jelly beans. I could seriously put you on a diet of jelly beans, and I would never do that because it would just like give you diabetes and a heartbeat. But I could put you on a diet of jelly beans and get you to lose weight. All right. All diets actually that create a caloric deficit work by science. Is it the best diet for your body? I don't know. Does it provide all the nutrition your body needs? Maybe, maybe not. It depends on the diet. But if it's just about losing weight, all diets work if you follow them and stick with them. The problem is we generally don't. But all diets work. So the secret is they all work if you can follow them. That is the biggest problem. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to find the diet. I'm going to do air quotes around that, guys. I want you to find a diet that fits your life. Okay? If you love carbohydrates, the carnivore diet and the what's the other one? It's the one about the keto diet. The keto diet and the carnivore diet are not going to work for you if you love carbohydrates. If you love rice, if you love breads, if you love stuff like that, it's not going to work for you. If you love fruits, it's not going to work for you. Okay? If you don't like high-fat foods, then the keto diet is really not going to work for you. If you like lean cuts of meat, the keto diet is not going to work for you. If you don't like meat, these two aren't going to work for you. If you don't like vegetables, being a vegetarian probably is going to fail epically for you. Much less doing something like going full vegan, all right? And I'm not commenting on the merits of any of those diets. I've actually gone carnivore. I've done keto. I absolutely love, and would totally endorse the vertical diet by Stan Efferding. If you ever looked into that one, you may not have heard that one, but I absolutely endorse that one. I love that diet. That is my favorite because I can happily live that way. I don't feel like I'm on a diet. So that one really worked for me. I don't understand vegetarians and vegans, but you know what? If that is what makes you feel good, if that is what your body reacts to well and you're getting your nutrition, then more power to you if that's what works for you guys. The big secret to dieting is they all work if you follow the diet. So it puts it on you to find a diet that will help you accomplish your goals that you can do. That's the only way it works. So that's the great secret. Find the diet that you can actually live with, that you can live in and day out, and that's the diet that will work for you. It's that simple to lose weight. And no, it's really not that expensive. Okay? Unless you go like full carnivore, it's really not that super expensive to eat healthy. Trust me, it's really not. It's actually a lot more expensive to eat a bunch of crappy food. We're going to roll to today's sponsors, and we'll be right back, guys.
Today's episode brought to you by thefallibleman.com. That's right, it's us. Head over to www.thefallibleman.com and check out our blog, updated twice a week with new content and links to all of our social media offerings. Tag or search us at The Fallible Man or at Fallible Man on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social medias for daily content. While you're there, check out our attitude swag, shirts, cups, stickers, and more. Again, that's www.thefallibleman.com.
And we're back, yep. I'm still my only major sponsor other than at Common Man OCR, who hooks me up sometimes. I appreciate his support. Guys, we are talking about just no more excuses. It's time for us to get back in control. If you need help getting up and putting your socks on because your belly is too big, you need to lose weight. I'm not worried about how you look on the outside. I'm worried about what that does to your internal organs and how bad that is for you there. I'm worried about you becoming diabetic and how bad that is for your body. I don't care how you look if you're physically healthy. But guys, these are outward signs that we're physically unhealthy. If you are winded walking out to your mailbox, get walking. Do something about it. That's unhealthy. Men, we need to take care of ourselves. We need to, and I'm not asking you to go be a vain gym rat who stares at himself in the mirrors and takes selfies all day long. Please don't be that person. I'm not saying you have to put 2 hours in the gym 4 days a week. Please don't be that person. I'm saying you need to take control of your life and take control of your health for all of your future aspirations. You can't be a great man if you're out of shape and not taking care of yourself. You're limiting your own abilities at that point. You can't be a great husband if you're out of shape because you're limiting your ability to be there for your wife. You can't be a great father if you can't get up and go play with your kids because you haven't taken care of yourself. I'm not judging people who are injured, okay? If you have an injury that prevents you from being able to get up and play out with your children, that's a totally separate issue. But if you can't get up and go play with your kids because you're exhausted all the time, because you don't get enough sleep, and sleep is a huge deal, guys, because you don't get enough sleep, because you don't eat healthy foods, because you don't get enough exercise, you're wrong. I'm sorry if that steps on toes, but you're wrong. It's time to take care of ourselves so we can be the men we're meant to be. Now, the number one excuse I hear all the time is, I don't have the time. I don't have the time. I don't have the time. There's just no time. Oh, shut up. Seriously, get over yourself. You are not that busy. You think you're that busy because you fill your life up with all kinds of stuff that you don't actually need to do. We are built on self-gratification, and so we fill our lives with meaningless things like television that does nothing for you, and then we think we're busy. Guys, make time. I told you on one of the episodes that I get up at 5 o'clock for work anyway. I have for years and years and years. So on my days off, I stopped sleeping in and just started getting up at 5 o'clock even on my days off. Guess what? I actually felt better. Sleeping in, trying to sleep in on those days, was actually making me more tired and lethargic. Then I upped the ante. First, I started with getting up at 5 even when I was off work, and then I started getting up a little bit earlier. I started getting up at 4:30. I made time for myself. That's what I've done. I started this channel because I made time for myself by getting up earlier and starting. That way I'm not taking time away from my family. I made more time by going to bed at a reasonable time and just getting up and working when everybody else is still in bed. That's how I did it. Don't tell me you don't have time. I understand that you work long hours. I also understand that you can have breaks at work. You know, one of my favorite getaways at work, right? You're going to love this. After working however many hours and I get my first break, you know what I do? I go walk for 15 minutes. That's how I spend my break. Yeah. On my lunch break, I get 30 minutes for lunch. You know what I do? I walk laps around the building I work in. I've got it down to where I can walk. It's a very fast walk, but I can walk 2 miles in about 31 minutes. That's a pretty good pace. I didn't start that way. Couldn't hit 2 miles at first in that time period. I just got into the habit of walking and walking and walking, and walking is one of the greatest things you can do for your back. It's one of the greatest things you can do for your lungs and your heart. It's one of the greatest things you can do for your waistline. So, you know what? You get a lunch break. The law says so. I know that. You can't lie to me. You can't pretend you don't get a lunch break. There's an opportunity. There it is. Okay? Don't tell me you don't have time to get fit. Don't tell me you don't have time to exercise. You absolutely do. Make the time, okay? There are thousands of people in this world who actually probably have a busier schedule than you do. Millionaires get out of bed just like you do, right? These guys that we know their names, like Elon Musk and stuff, they get out of bed just like you do. They have to make time in their busy schedule running multi-billion-dollar corporations, or multiple corporations, to get fit and work out too, just like you do. And they are super busy compared to a lot of us. It's an excuse, guys. It's always an excuse. I heard it so many times. If I ask you to write down, and here's how you find it out. Document your week. Use your phone. Use the Notes app. Okay? Use your phone and document your schedule for your entire week. Every time you go to the bathroom. Every time you get up to get a drink. Every time you turn on the television. Every time you sit down. Document your entire week. I promise when you actually start looking at it objectively, you have a whole lot of time that you're just burning time. Starting with your cell phone. The number of hours people spend reading email and on social media these days is insane. It's insane, guys. Take your time back from your phone. It was designed to steal your time. Now, I want to wrap up this episode. This is more of a rant than a clear episode. So I'm not really sorry about that because this is a rant that I deal with all the time. I just freak out about this all the time because I always hear people complain about it. I don't have time to be fit. Here's some cheap workout tips at home, guys. First one, go get a tire. Okay, go to Les Schwab, go to whatever your commercial tire, go to whatever your tire center is. I know Les Schwab will do it. I can't tell you about commercial tire or the other ones. But especially if you live in like a rural area, they get tires all the time and they have to recycle them. And they have to pay to recycle them. If you ask for them, they'll give them to you. I'm going to, if you're watching the YouTube video here, guys, I'm going to link it right up here on whatever side I put that in. Left side of the screen, so I think it's this one. But, guys, go get a tire. I'm going to link the video. It's dropping this week. Or no, that one's been up. That one's been up on my YouTube channel forever. So, guys, if you listen to this on the podcast, go to my YouTube channel. I talk all about doing tire flips and using a big tractor tire. I have a stack of them in my backyard. I have like 5 different sizes of tires in my backyard. Go get a tire. It is 100% free. They will not charge you for it. If they do, go to a different one because they're lying. They're just trying to make money. Because they have to pay to get rid of them, and they don't want to pay for that. If you'll drag it away in your truck, they don't care. Don't steal them. You have to ask for them. They're going to look at you really strange, but man, a tire, it opens up a gateway to all kinds of exercises in your house, at home. Go use to the playground and use a kid's playground and do pull-ups on the monkey bars. We all played on monkey bars when we were younger. Go do pull-ups on the monkey bars. You can do push-ups in your backyard anywhere you want. Guys, pick up a tree stump or a rock and carry it around. Weighted carries are one of the greatest game changers in fitness that there is. You don't have to have fancy equipment. Go pick up a heavy rock. Go pick up a tree stump. Go find a tree stump in the woods. Okay? It is free gym equipment. Let's go to cheap gym equipment. A YouTube video that will be posted this week. What I was meant to say. I have an entire video that's dropping this week on sandbags, different kinds of sandbags you can use to work out and the different things you can do with them as a workout. Guys, check that video out. 'Tis the season, right? We are in winter, at least if you're in the United States. Maybe if you're in Australia, this is different. But we are the winter right now. And guess what? Like every Walmart, every Rite Aid, every Ace, every home store, Home Depot, Lowe's, they all have sandbags. And you can get 50 to 70 pound bags of sand. Depends on which store you go to. You can get 50 to 70 pound bags of sand for a couple bucks. Seriously, buy 2 60-pound sandbags. Hold those suckers in your arms, throw them over your shoulder. You have weight. Congratulations. For $20, you are set. You go get a big tire and do pull-ups on monkey bars at your kid's swing set, or the cross beam on your kid's swing set like I do. And sandbags for $20 worth of sandbags will give you so far. If you don't have the money to go buy a nice sandbag, man, seriously, like, check out the video. It's dropping this week. I took a 60-pound tube sand. I took an old shirt and put it over the tube sandbag so it wasn't quite so abrasive, and twisted the ends and put a zip tie around the ends. It's a sandbag. My kids use it even. Okay? You can literally get free home equipment. The people are it's just getting away. Follow Craig on Craigslist. There are just so many options for home workout gear. And don't think conventionally, okay? Go check out some strongman channels like Alan Thrall's channel or Brian Alshu with Never Say It Athletics on YouTube. And they have extensive videos on cheap strongman equipment you can build at home, or you can have at home for almost nothing. Check those out, guys. You have no excuses except the ones you make. Excuses are plentiful in this world, but so are unhealthy people. It's time to stop being one of them. We all need to take control of our health, because if we're going to be the men we need to be, the men we're meant to be, then we have to be men who are healthy as well and take care of ourselves. Guys, thanks for listening to this rant. Be better tomorrow because of what you do today. My name is Brent. I am the Fallible Man, at Fallible Man everywhere, and I will see you next time.
This has been the Fallible Man Podcast, your home for everything man, husband, and father. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a show. Head over to www.thefallibleman.com for more content and get your own Fallible Man gear.